Hazel McCallion, one of the longest-serving mayors in Canadian history, has died at the age of 101. Known as Hurricane Hazel, she was a force to be reckoned with as a pro hockey player and as mayor of Mississauga, Ontario for 36 years. CTV's Austin Delaney has more on her life and legacy.
Born in Port Daniel, Quebec in 1921 as Hazel Journeau, the youngest of 5 children, the daughter of a fisherman growing up on a farm.
I was a Depression kid. I had to leave. I was born on the Gaspé Coast, had to go away from home to finish my education. I never was able to go to university. And so I had to be independent and determined I was going to be a success.
Success, Hazel McCallion hoped, would come from secretarial school in Montreal. And soon after graduating, she ended up running the Toronto branch of a big manufacturing firm before realizing her calling to politics. To help pay for her education, she played professional hockey, $5 a game, and later in life was just at ease on the ice as she was on rollerblades.
Careful when I go over this ledge here.
Hazel McCallion was 72 when she first pulled on a pair of rollerblades. It was back in 1951 when she met the love of her life and married Sam McCallion that same year, who was by her side supporting his mayoral wife comfortably, leaving the spotlight to her until he died in 1997. They raised 3 children.
And the 3 boys, the 2 boys, a girl. And
I don't think they know what they're doing, but they're doing it extremely well.
Her brash style earned McCallion the nickname Hurricane Hazel as Mississauga's mayor from 1978 to 2014, saying at the time she would probably serve just 1 term.
I took over as mayor of a rural municipality
and helped build Mississauga from a sleepy bedroom community into Ontario's 3rd largest city, behind Toronto and Ottawa. As mayor, McCallion was tight with city money, keeping the citizens' taxes low.
I believe you have to pay your way, and we have adopted that as a city, that when we plan to do something, that we plan well in advance and accumulate the funds in order to pay for it.
Just a year into her first term, disaster struck in Mississauga when a train carrying toxic chemicals derailed and exploded. Hurricane Hazel helped move 250,000 people to safety, but in the process sprained her ankle, seen here being carried by the fire chief while overseeing what was at the time the largest evacuation in peacetime North American history.
It's quite an emotional day for me.
At age 93 and 12 terms as mayor, Hurricane Hazel called it a day after 36 years leading the council chamber.
Don't cry for me, Mississauga.
Hurricane Hazel would be awarded many of the country's highest honors.
But this is my prize, Order of Canada.
She is a legend in Canada. Her name is Hazel McCallion.
She was described as a force of nature, a whirlwind, a hurricane.
I gave it full time, 7 days a week, and tried to be at everything I was invited to, if I could. When you do that, then, I've always believed if you give the best to whatever you do, the best will come back to you.
And she did not suffer fools gladly.
Listen carefully. Okay. Don't try to trip me up. Okay. I may be 89, and you may be much younger. I only say to you.
Or what she perceived were foolish questions.
I don't care what they say.
True or not true?
Well, that's a stupid question.
She famously took on developers to have them pay their fair share of the city's fast-growing infrastructure.
The development must pay its way. We've not allowed development to occur at the cost of the taxpayers.
Including the developer building Terminal 3 at Pearson International Airport, who thought it did not have to pay Mississauga any taxes.
Convinced them that if they were not prepared to work with us and pay their way, that they better build the largest septic tank they could think, because we wouldn't hook them up to the sewers. And I was able to pick up $3.5 million in levies by challenging them.
You threatened them.
Calling their bluff.
Happy birthday to you.
On Valentine's Day 2021, Hurricane Hazel became a centenarian.
I don't feel 100.
Little would slow her down at 101 years of age, accepting a 3-year contract extension to the Greater Toronto Airports Authority Board of Directors.
So I was driving down along Matheson Boulevard, and I stopped at a traffic light, and a Mississauga bus drove up to stop as well. He puts down his window. He said, "We miss you." You know, those things mean a lot. That people, you know, miss me being there.
Unforgettable, Hurricane Hazel McCallion.
I want to be remembered as people's mayor.
Austin Delaney, CTV News.